Are you evil?
No.
But there, if you're
evil.
evil, I'm gonna kill you.
No, not evil. Just I don't know. More like maybe Luke Skywalker.
If you're evil,
That's the opposite of evil.
I'm gonna find your home, and I'm gonna go and open all of your drawers and leave them open.
Easy, Barney.
That
That's so
sounds
clear.
evil.
Children watch this show, Barney. Jeez.
That's chaotic evil.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Nat One Network. I'm Terry Mayo, and I'm the Dungeon Master for the Homebrew D&D campaign, Whispers and Echoes, a custom adventure in the Forgotten Realms, and brought to you by Mainframe Comic-Con and Nat One Network. Thank you for tagging along with us and exploring the Island of Prosperity. And if you enjoy what we're doing, give us a thumbs up, a subscribe, a comment, give us something. You can also keep tabs on us at Nat One Network or on Twitter, Instagram at Nat One Network. Lots of cool stuff on there, or at least there will be, I hope. But speaking of Nat One Network, let's bring in our adventurers. Hello. We have Eric and Josh and Freddie and Carla and Barney.
Hola.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm excited. I'm excited to jump in. But before we do that, I think we have a very special and heartfelt one of our adventurers going to give us, if I can figure out how to get him in center stage.
You just dragged me right over, babe. Look at that. You just dragged me like a rag doll.
There you go.
Throw me around, and here I am. Do you like Dungeons and Dragons? Do you like to do battle? Tired of fighting the same old owlbear every time because your DM is kind of like me and out of ideas? Do you like killing creatures or perhaps just casting speak with animals and would rather just ask them about their day or on a date perhaps? Do you like this video? Did you like this video? Do you comment? Did you comment? Well, if you did, you may just win the capability of obliterating 77 creatures that are printed on oversized, durable, laminated cards featuring all the most dangerous monsters for your Dungeons & Dragons game. With game statistics on the backside and art on the front, evocative art. Some would even say provocative art.
Oh.
They are the perfect tool to help your dungeon master or people who like looking at cards for no reason. How do you enter to win, you ask? How do you enter to win? The Dungeons & Dragons RPG Epic Monster Cards, you ask? Just like this video and comment using the hashtag, and hopefully you put a hashtag where my hand is, D&D giveaway. We will announce the winner on next week's episode, Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And hell, at the end of this episode, if you like our quirky D&D party, perhaps, just as a nice tip, just the tip, subscribe. Thank you.
Wow. With that being said, are you guys ready to party?
Yeah, I'm going to change my camera angle, though.
All right.
Personally,
All right.
I like the up the nose angle. It's a great look.
Up close and personal.
Is it up the nose?
Let's just see what kind of nose hairs we
Get
need.
the action cam going.
I tweezed mine this moment.
Is it up the nose? Right here?
Well, I'm just kidding.
Well, now it's not.
Now it's
Was
Go
it
back where it
before?
was.
What about here?
Well,
If I just put my hand up.
you
get
do
closer.
closer.
Let's play D&D.
It's 1080 nose
All right,
cam.
all right. So without further ado, we bring you episode 4 of Whispers and Echoes.
Echoes.
right, so where we last left off. After stumbling across a very skittish individual named Niro at the entrance of the Treewiley cottage, you burst in to discover what looks like the exploded remains of a humanoid body, covering the floors, the ceilings, the walls of the makeshift cottage. Using the linguistic combination of Elven and Infernal, you unlock a passageway through the fireplace and down to the hidden catacombs below. After dispatching 2 mysterious thugs inside the catacombs, you gather your forces and carefully open a large stone door. Inside, you find a naked elf standing before you. His gratitude quickly turns to disgust as he sees your echo armor. And this is where we will continue.
Boop. So I was holding my javelin up and was the first one opening the door, right? Is that?
Yeah, that's what
I am going to literally, as soon as he says, "Oh, fucking Echo," I'm going to not hit him with my javelin, but I want to throw it past his head and just trying to kind of like just miss his head and scare him a little bit.
Maybe aim for one of the dead bodies that was there.
So I'm going to kind of lean to him, "What do you mean, fucking Echo?" And I'm going to throw the javelin, and it's going to kind of go this way. And I'm be like, "Next time we'll be ahead."
I'm having technical difficulties. Hold on, sorry. All right. Go ahead.
So,
watch where you're throwing your stick, mate. So as the light starts to shine in the room, and as your eyes get more adjusted to the darkness / light, you're seeing that this naked elf, he is standing there. He is still covered in scabs and blood, but you're seeing that he's got this large, what would you consider to be like a cattle collar around his neck, and the chain to that cattle collar is connected to the wall. So he's kind of in place. I mean, he's there. You see 2, possibly 3 severed heads that are around him, and then blood splatter on the walls, blood splatter on the door that you just opened.
Oh, geez, is this your sex dungeon?
Oh yeah, I think Moth's written a poem or 2 about this sort of thing.
I don't got no poems about BSM.
Don't worry about us. We're just walking through. What is your name?
My name is Ebazon Treewiley. I look. If you're here to take me back to Stonewall, if you're here, I mean to Burning Beacon. If you're here to kill me, just get it over with. But I'm not going back to Burning Beacon. That's for damn sure.
Why are you naked?
That's the top priority. That's the question. Well, because someone took my clothes, biggin.
Why are you
Is that
around?
why you killed him?
Why are you around heads? Little heads.
Well, I heard the commotion. I'm assuming it was you, tons of fun, that was slamming against the door, causing all the commotion. I wanted to let you guys know it was in here. Someone. I did not know it was going to be Echo. So what's around me? Heads. I throw them against the wall. What happens? You open the door. You're welcome.
Are these fresh heads?
They're rotting. I mean, they're rotting. It looks like they've been kind of chunks taken out of them. They've seen better days. They're not fresh.
Did
Is
you
anything
get?
else going? Sorry, is there anything else going on inside this room besides?
From what you see, there's a dead body next to Trey Wiley, and then it kind of just turns into shadow. You do hear like movement.
Wait, the dead body turns into shadow?
No, there's
No.
shadow past the dead body.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Kellen, do you think that this guy came in here, got naked, chained himself up, and started playing with severed heads? Did you think that's what happened?
Well, you know.
He could have had help. We saw 2 people in here.
Well, yeah. If you saw them, are they still alive? Did you scare them off? Where did they go?
No,
we scared
they're-
them off. We scared their souls out of their body.
Yeah, they're split in twine.
Okay, so
In twain.
time
I
out.
would say that
Time
you
out.
could axe them yourself, but
I don't know who said that, but that was funny. That was genuinely funny. I
Should we go fetch the head?
obviously, I did not chain myself to this wall. I expected a bit more acumen from Echo soldiers. I guess the degree has dropped in the recruiting process, but
Watch your tongue.
And I would expect a little bit more like, what the fuck is going on if you're chained up naked, bloody, and around some severed heads? You're acting like you're about to just go play in a field of daisies or something. What the hell's wrong with you?
this is trust me, if you've seen what I've seen of the last year, this is the least of my problems, trust me. But you could, if you're not here to kill me, which it seems like you're not,
We're here to ensure
you could let me lose.
Well, you have a lot of attitude for somebody who has, the willy out. So,
Speaking of loose,
speaking of loose, yeah.
Well, no one's asking you to look at my twig and berries. I mean, you can always eyes up.
Wally, my friend, is upset.
So
I'm
My
really
friend is-
short.
We're both really short.
I said, Tremwally, my friends are upset because they did not remember that Cascola Lionel was here. Impressive to their temperament. No, seeing as I am very hard to forget. Now, what we had in mind to say was we were looking for you and we have found you. Hooray! You should be so grateful that we have now found you, seeing as you have literally nothing. So, would it bestow you for one moment to answer just one question that we have? And that would be, who has the question?
I think we have a series of questions, maybe not just one.
I think it was Boot. It was him. He has the question.
Yeah, he's the smart of the group.
Oh, so many compliments are hoisted upon me by my kinsmen. Oh, it warms me right to the core, it does. Turn the wrong voice again.
Oh, that's right.
It sounds like
it was a bit more like this than I intended. All right. Oh. We're just supposed to find this guy, right? So
Catmandu, you seem to be the orator of this group, and I'm sorry. I've been through a thing or two in the last year, and the last people I expected to come to my rescue were people dressed in black and white. When the door opened, I saw you. I was sure my journey on this plane was over.
Funnily enough, not everything is black and white.
See, the cat knows. Well, if you have questions, I have answers, but can you take the collar off?
I do have one quick question. So, something I pulled up my notes here.
I'll start trying to take the collar off.
And I'm going to be befuddling through my notes and I'm looking through the pages. So it says here we were supposed to investigate the whereabouts of you, Ambassador Trewally. Well, we found you, and your whereabouts are rather peculiar. I guess my follow-up question is: you have a family cottage in Stonewall City Center. Are we standing in it?
Well, you're standing in the underneath. I mean, if you're here, you went through the family cottage or what's left of it.
Burning Beacon, I guess, is very interested in knowing if you're okay. Do you care to go to Burning Beacon, I guess?
I think he's already explained no.
Yes. The little one has spoken true. That's the last place I desire to go.
Well,
However, it sounds like we came here to save you. So I assume we're your only friends in this place.
I'm going to grab some of my food, whatever rations I have, and I'm gonna get close to him and look as innocent as I can.
Okay. Who's in the room with Trey Wiley right now?
All of us.
All you guys? Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess like we're in the room and the entrance.
The entranceway. All right. So I Cask and Bree. Bree, you're about waist high. So do me a favor and just kind of
Cup his
do me a
ball.
favor. Roll for a perception. And while she's doing that, you guys are hearing like this. There's like a moaning in the darkness, in the shadows. There is like chittering in the darkness, in the shadows.
18.
Wait,
18?
a lot of us have dark vision.
Straight?
Yeah. If you move in the room, you're able to see it on the map.
Is it a perception
Perception.
straight? Oh, okay.
Because I want to kind of be investigating all around. I'm kind of doing a little bit of detective work.
Okay.
Oh God.
Where's
What's
Trimwell?
Kelly?
I don't see him.
I do got a quick question for you, sir. What can somebody fill me in? Because apparently I wasn't paying much very attention to it. What was the reason that we didn't want to go to Burning Beacon?
Me? Why don't I want to go to Burning Beacon?
Right.
Well, I'm assuming they found you under a rock, good man. If you haven't heard, our good King Baron has passed away, and a pile of shit has taken his place. Ergo, I don't want to go where the pile of shit lives.
But our orders, I think, are to find you because Burning Beacon. Maybe I'm just.
Moth, you
So-
can go ahead and stop talking.
So, Bree, you got
I'll just shut me trap.
Bree, you got a 12. Is that what you said?
I was trying to look as innocent as I could, and just like grab some food from my pouch. It said like, I don't know when was the last time that you ate something but here.
Okay.
Just
All
to
right.
try to gain his,
Okay.
trust or something.
So as he reaches out to like get it, you do see that like underneath his rib cage area, there's a healing wound. Looks like a bite, but it's in the rib cage, like right underneath his armpit. There's a little bite.
Okay.
Could you good rogue, bad rogue?
Good. So if you're in the room, Kellen, you're looking around. What you see in the room, if you're in there, there's the 4 bodies that are on the ground, and they are covered in blood. It looks like they're not like the first room where it's an explosion, but it looks like shrapnel just hit them and tore them to shreds. 3 of them are missing heads. Some of them are missing limbs. They're all dressed similarly to the 2 mysterious bandits that you guys fought. And then what you also see up against the wall is a man who looks incredibly like Niro. He's chained to the wall as well. He's unconscious right this minute.
You're muted.
Incredibly like Nero, like the guy that was just here.
The gentleman that y'all ran into outside the cottage.
Yeah.
So, okay. I'd say the biggest question that needs to be solved here is, who are all these men that are dead around you?
No.
And who were the men? Who was the body that was scattered all throughout your living room area?
The biggest question is not who, it is why, as well as who.
Yes,
So-
who and why?
Who and why?
Thank you,
So,
Kesko.
Cask.
I'd like to ask, and what was their motive?
What
And-
was that
and-
move?
I
You
think that's
didn't
the
do that,
why.
did you?
Could be what, to, who, what, why.
Yes,
when?
with
And
my
when?
18, what did I get?
So, Cask, I'm sorry. Did you you were working on the what's it called? The collar, right?
Yes.
Okay. The collar, you're still working on it. It's got a series of loops and whatnot, but you're still there. And I'm sorry, what did you roll for?
What should I have rolled for? I rolled perception a little while back.
Okay.
What
I'm
did you
sorry.
want me to roll for?
I was having Bree roll for perception. I'm sorry. I was
For sure. What should I roll for?
So excited to roll that 18. He wants to use it.
Oh, you got
No, it's all good. What should I roll for next?
No. I'll have you do perception as well because you were in the room first. So you do hear the chittering. You do hear like this moaning as Kellen and Moth are kind of in the room and they're kind of looking at the bodies. What you notice first, and that the other people are going to start to notice but you notice it first. Is that 3 of these bodies in the room look like they're starting to move. Even the headless ones, they look like they're starting to like lurch a bit. As that happens, you notice out of the belly of one of them just spills out this collection of about 24 rats.
Oh my god!
Spilling out of it. As the other body, the headless body, just kind of almost lurches up like a marionette. Headless, just rats just start to pour out of it. The body collapses to the ground. And with that, I'll get you guys to roll for initiative.
Oh boy.
How did a
I was
necromancer?
supposed to do that.
Molly, I give you food.
Rats.
You dirty rat. All right, so setting the scene. The bodies that you see rats just start to spill out of the body that are on the floor. There's one that's huger or much bigger, huger. I don't know. It's the biggest of them all.
Larger.
It just kind of lurking across the floor towards Moth. You have rats that come up behind Moth, rats that are coming up by Kellen, and they're all just kind of spilling. It almost looks like it's a tidal wave of nonstop rats just filling this room. With that, Triwali lets out a scream, they're back! And we have Josh at the top of the order.
This happened before? Alright, I'm gonna do some Molotov cocktails right here.
Okay. In this room, in this enclosed room?
Yeah, like there's a rat right in front of me, right?
Yeah.
So I'm basically just gonna go, ah! And just like slam a Molotov like right down, almost right in front of me.
Is it this one?
Yes.
The single rat? Okay.
Yes, the single rat. The single rat. Oh, the single rat. I rolled a 19.
19. All right, you got it. Go ahead and roll for damage.
It's only 2.
2 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. As you throw this Molotov cocktail, the spell, the fire hits it, and it just kind of like looks like it's like coming through the fire. Still, it was headed toward Moth, and you kind of got its attention, and it turns its little rat head looking directly at you. Anything else you want to do?
Cower a little bit, like basically back up against the wall and like cower.
That wasn't me, bruv. All right. Next up, we have Carla.
Because these rats are just about as big as I am at this point, I think.
Not saying much though.
It says a lot to me.
I'm gonna ask like, what is going on? And I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and I just landed in front of a body, or what is this?
Yeah, there's a body underneath you. Be difficult to terrain. Anywhere in this general area where from Niro all the way to you, that's going to be difficult terrain.
Wait,
I mean, there's
Niro?
body parts.
You call him Niro?
Yeah, the guy who looks like Niro.
Wait.
Okay.
I'm a little
Pay
bit lost.
attention, Josh.
I'm a little bit lost.
on,
Are there
man.
2 people in this?
It's not your turn.
Yes.
It's mine.
Trolley and then the guy that looks like Niro.
You'll figure it out. I believe in you.
Wait, we're in a
So-
cottage?
What?
This is not a cottage.
Am I a gnome?
This
All
is
right,
a
That
mini,
happened
it's a
again?
mini dungeon.
17 to hit
Okay.
on this fella.
You're hitting Niro?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Wait, the dude?
Yeah.
Not the rats.
Okay. All right. 70 to hit. He's unconscious and he's chained to the wall. You hit him.
What?
Wait, is that the guy we're
happened?
trying to rescue?
No.
No, it's just another
That's just-
prisoner.
Roll for damage.
Oh, cool.
7.
7. Okay. What did you hit him with?
My short sword.
Okay.
You're not close enough.
Oh, yes, that's right. So I'm gonna hit him with my dagger. So it's
If you're staying there, your dagger's there, and that'll be your turn, unless you want to move or anything like that.
I'm saying
We're-
put.
Good.
Were you throwing at the rats or the guy that was?
The
No.
innocent unconscious
Okay.
dude.
We don't know. We
Again,
don't
the
know.
guy, he's unconscious, so we kind of know he's innocent in terms of being attacking us.
Oh, maybe he's
I-
dead.
Okay.
I
All
know.
right, so Carla,
I understand the motivation. The motivation's totally from Barney's game. It's
Really?
very different
What?
though.
All right, moving on. All right, so
Do it again, okay?
Carla took her turn. The first set of rats are going to be attacking. The first set of rats are over here by Moth. Moth, I'm not going to move them on the screen, but they have to occupy the same space as you to hit you. So they are moving into your space. They're right next to you. You just feel these little legs start to crawl up you.
Oh my god! It's just absolutely just treacherous feeling. It's
And
like,
I've got 15 to hit.
that will not hit.
Okay. All right. As they're crawling up, you're moving enough for them to start sliding down. They're not getting traction on your
I'm like
legs.
pushing them back down a little bit.
They're staying in the same space as you, so keep that in mind. They are in the same spot as you are.
Oh, will you get out me breeches? Oh.
Okay. Next up is going to be Barney.
All right.
I like to call him
One.
Cask.
So it's a couple. How many bags of rats are there?
We're looking at you can guess that there's 2 swarms and 1 giant rat.
One giant rat. At the giant rat, I say, "Be rational," and then I run away as I cast vicious mockery at him. And so that's a 14 wisdom saving throw.
Fails miserably.
All right, that will be 3 psychic damage.
3 psychic damage on the big rat. All right.
And I will
All
run
right.
behind the corner and
All right.
try to hide.
All right. So as you cast this vicious mockery and you hurt the rat's feelings, the rat that had turned around to look at Kellen and started creeping towards almost looks like he was stepped on. He recoils before he starts moving again towards Kellen. All right. Next up is Freddy. Moth.
So while these little buggers are running all up my legs, I'm gonna kind of skedoodle over to Mama Rat, and I'll be like, "All right, get over here, Mama Rat," and I grab my great axe. I'm gonna put it on the back of its neck while it's kind of looking around over at Kellen a little bit, and I'm just gonna push the sharp end down through. Hopefully, it's the back of its neck. And I rolled a 29 natural.
Ooh,
Wait, what?
29.
No, 29
Oh.
natural.
Oh,
Got it.
okay.
It's like,
Unnatural
Lord.
29.
I
Dirty
think you're
20.
using the percentage dial. I don't know what
That's
you're
You're
super
level 1
natural.
still. So.
All right. Well, there you go. I think you got him.
All right. And then as I push, I'm just going to kind of put my foot on top of it, on the back of the axe, and I'm stroking my mama's hair. And I'm going to deal a grand total of... Ooh, that's not that much. I'm going to do a grand total of 6 damage.
6 damage. And highlight which one you hit again.
The big mama fat rat.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
While
All
the
right.
little ones are scurrying up my leg, and I'm kind of like pushing them down with my other hand, and I have the... I'm like, this
Okay.
looks like could be a tasty dinner.
All right, this poor rat is still determined to get to Kellen, but it's got blood starting to ooze out of its nose. It's looking pretty worse for wear. It's definitely seen better days, this rat. All right, anything else you want to do, Moth?
I'm gonna look over at Kellen and be like, make sure once this one's head pops off, you bag it so it's fresh and we can eat it later.
The full-blown conversation is awesome.
You need to bathe on there.
Gross.
All right, cool. All right. Up next is the second rat swarm. So the second rat swarm is over here by Bree. Bree, it's going to invade your space as well. It's climbing up your legs, pulling at your clothes, trying to bite at you with its little teeth.
Nightmares.
And I've got an 18 to hit.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Of course.
And you're taking 4 points of damage. Piercing damage is, again, pieces of flesh being ripped from your thighs, being ripped from your ankles. It's pretty painful.
Yes.
Really. Okay, and they are going to stay right there in your spot, and they're just kind of swarming you. You can just feel these little teeth and claws just kind of ripping at your skin. All right, up next we have Boop.
Oi, it's me, it's Boot. I'ma run past the giant pussycat. I'ma say, where you off to, bruv? And slide on my knees. I'm taking in the situation as I'm drawing my bow out. I'm seeing 2 rat swarms, and my party is a little overwhelmed, as well as an innocent man with Bree's dagger sticking out of him. And
I am the victim right now.
I don't know about that. I'm gonna do a sneak attack on this rat, the big ol' rat, because that's gonna be the easiest one to hit.
Let's do it.
All right.
Does he have advantage, seeing as I kind of have it pinned down with the...
Yeah,
I have
he has
advantage
advantage.
because I have sneak attack, baby.
Yeah, he has sneak attack.
Cool.
Hey.
Looking out for you, dude.
18 plus 5 is 23, baby. To hit.
You got it.
And 6 plus 3. 5 plus 9 is 8 damage. To the kisser.
How many points?
8.
8. All right. So as you slide in there like a John Woo movie, you're just letting the bow loose. Centimeters away from Moth's foot, this arrow just slams into the rat, literally impaling its top to the bottom, to the floor, and this rat just looks defeated, eyes looking up at Kellen, just kind of twitching a little bit, then stops twitching, and rat is dead.
Nice.
Once that happens, I'm going to look at Kellen and be like, quick, bag it!
That's good eating.
No.
All right.
He is not wrong.
All right, so that puts us back at the top of the order. Kellen, you're up, and Bree, you're on deck.
All right, I'm gonna toss a magic bullet at the rats that are on Bree.
Okay.
We should have some accuracy there. It is a 17 to hit.
Okay, you got him.
And it is 3 damage.
Okay. All right. So as you unload this, your ninja bullet, whatever you call it, magic bullet, you just see boom, boom, boom. A couple dead rats fall off, but still, it almost seems like an endless supply of rats just scurrying up Bree's legs as she's squirming, trying to get them off.
Moth, unlimited food.
Kellen, anything else you want to do?
That is it. I guess I'm gonna just kind of like stand guard at this point, like stand more in a ready fashion.
Okay. All right. Alrighty. All right. Bree, you're up.
Okay, so how many rats I have on?
You lose count around 20.
Okay, so I'm gonna fall to the ground, start rolling, trying to get them off, and grab one of the pieces of, as my extra action, I'm gonna grab some of the pieces of food I have and just toss it away. See if they will go after.
Okay. All right. Show me which direction you're throwing.
So I think I will toss it this way, actually.
Boom! Catch!
I'm just like tossing stuff, and I'm. Yeah!
Okay. All right. So as you drop to the ground, like in a stop-drop roll motion, just trying to get these rats off of you, throwing your food as a bait, lands at Boot's feet, and Boot looks up and starts to see a few rats starting to head his way. Okay. Anything else? I think that those are your actions. Okay.
That's all I can do.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we are back at the first rat horde. They are tangled up with Moth right this minute. Moth, they are sticking on you like glue. 18 to hit.
18 hits.
And Moth, you're taking 2 points of piercing damage, right like in the back of your thigh. You just feel this huge chunk being ripped out of the back of your thigh.
I'm gonna laugh while I have it. That tickled a little bit. I'm gonna eat you up.
I'm gonna eat you up. Get in my belly.
What accent is that? I love it.
That's the best accent that there ever was, ever will be.
That's awesome. Please keep doing that.
All right, Cask, you are up, sir.
Gonna eat you.
Oh boy. All right. Where am I? All right. Who is this? I will move behind Boot, and I will put my paw on his shoulder, and I will say, "Do not fear," and I will cast Bardic Inspiration on him. So you get a D6 on your next whatever. And then I will draw my actual saber. And I will just have that ready.
You get your weapon out. Look at you. All right.
Look.
All right.
He wants to skewer them and then
Uncivilized.
roast the rats.
And when I say "do not fear," my voice may or may not have cracked a little bit.
I am here to save you.
Aren't you a cat? These are rats.
They're really big.
Cask, as you step away from Tree Wiley to join the fray, from behind you here. Wait! Don't leave me.
Oh.
All right. So Moth, you're up.
So these little buggers are climbing all over me, my leather undies, and they're all over me. But so I'm gonna strip naked right now. I'm gonna pull my leather pants down and pull all my undies, and I'm gonna I guess the thing covering me balls. I'm gonna pull them all down. And I'm going to be naked there, and the rats are now going to be at my ankles. I'm going to start stepping down on them, trying to kill them. And
It's the worst dungeon ever.
This is like, I'm just thinking that it should be so smelly, so bad.
So I rolled
leather undies. That's poison.
So you're basically
smell.
striking them with your foot. Is that what it is?
Yeah. So I'm knocking them down off of me by pulling my clothes down. So now they're at the ground because they were kind of roaming around my leather area. The swarm was swarming in an area I didn't want them to swarm. So I pulled down everything. So now I'm buck ass naked, and I'm going to start stepping down on the rats that are at my ankles. I rolled a unnatural 20 again.
All right, to hit.
Call it a dirty 20 from now on.
Yeah, it's better.
You listen here, Kellen. I'll call it whatever the hell I want to call it. If I want to call it unnatural 20, I will, because it's very unnatural.
It's very
Not so
confusing.
My
It's
20s,
so confusing.
my 20s take showers and baths. They're very clean.
No, they don't.
Rolled a floppy 20.
That's a chemical weapon.
Okay, so this is going to be
You just
considered.
unleash.
This is going to be considered an unarmed strike. Okay.
Right. And so I deal 4 damage.
Really?
Isn't unarmed strike 1 damage?
Yeah.
No, mine unarmed strike, because I'm a barbarian, is 1 plus my strength modifier. My strength modifier is +3, so I get 4 damage.
Oh damn.
That's all. Level 1, 4 damage. Hell yeah!
All right. And how many points of damage?
Oh wait, that might be level 2. No, I think that's still. I still had unarmed strike when I was level 1. I did level up, so I'm sorry.
Let me see. I have your papers for them.
Oh, everything is terrible.
Okay. All right. So we got 4 points of damage. All right. So as you're crunching down, you do hear bones breaking. You do hear the sound of like pops, like, and just like the spread of juices. But you don't hear that many.
I'm not wearing any shoes, so I can kind of feel the squishy, like jelly. Be like, I'm making rat wine tonight.
Oh my god.
All right. As you're doing that, you do see that the rats have like overtaken your clothes, and they are still trying to climb up your legs. Okay.
Yeah.
To get to your kibbles and bits.
Ration it.
All right. Moth.
Can I use my reaction to puke?
Sure, if that's what you'd like to do. All right, so Bree, the swarm the second swarm is still on you. They are. Yeah, the second swarm is still on you. 14 to hit.
I think it does. Yes, it does.
Yeah. Okay. And you're taking 2 points of damage. Piercing damage. They're kind of making their way up. You start feeling the back of your arms. They're just like digging in. You lift up and you just have rats just hanging off the tricep area. You're just trying to shake them off. Okay. All right.
It hurts.
It hurts.
So bad.
Boo! It is your turn.
The brave boot. Let's see. All right, so we got a rat swarm. So the rat swarm is on Bree, right? Not next to her.
They're literally on top of her. But
Do
they're
I get
like
big attack advantage then?
piles and piles. Yeah.
All right. Well, I will put my bow over me and draw my short sword. Take a couple steps forward, and I will start stabbing at the.
Do not forget your inspiration.
Yes.
Eric, I don't know if your headset's actually doing anything.
21.
21. Okay.
Yeah.
21 to hit. You got it.
I don't know if your headset's working, Eric.
I technically, for some reason, Windows don't work well with earpods or AirPods, so I have to like speak into my computer. It's actually the computer microphone.
No, it's funny because every time you go roll away or to roll, we can't hear you, and then you come back and you're like, it's an 8.
Good to know. All right. Well, it is a 21 to hit,
Okay.
and
he's gone.
it'll be a
Wait,
7 damage.
Okay. All right.
As I'm stabbing these. Okay.
All right. So Bree, what you see is you're still there struggling with all these rats on top of you. Is just you see the shadow of Boots' legs come up, and the next thing you see is just this sword swipe, and like most of the rats that are on top of you just fly across the room in like bits. Like half of rats are just flying off of you right this minute.
I get an extra 1d6 as well, so it's plus 4 damage on top of that.
Keep doing that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So the swarm that's on top of you is looking more manageable right now. All right. Boot, anything else you want to do?
No, I'll continue to observe these rats swarming this child on the ground. Not child.
Child.
Child-shaped person.
Bless you, child.
I'm a woman.
All right, back to the top of the order. We have Kellen up, and then Bree on deck.
All right, so I'm gonna launch some more of these magic bullets to get at these things off of Bree. Another 17 to hit.
Okay, got it.
5 damage.
Okay, all right. As these bullets start just penetrating all the rats that are on top of you, you're still rocking back and forth, Bree. You're still rocking until you notice there is nothing else crawling on you.
Oh,
Okay. And that takes care of that swarm. All right, next. Kellen, do you want to do anything else?
No, I can't do anything else.
Okay, all right.
I'll like just kind of do that thing that I just did.
Okay. All right. Bree, you are up, and you're on the ground.
okay. So I'm on the ground. I'm going to look at the rest of the rat bodies, and so fuck it, and toss like my sword or whatever I can to the other one,
Wait, what?
Okay.
like this one.
You're throwing your short sword.
At
I am.
off.
Yeah, so those rats are on my ankles right now.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing at the guide anymore. So that's good.
It's a positive
All right, cool.
comment note.
All right.
But
roll
while
for-
you're about to throw something, Bray, think about this, Bray.
That was horrible. Ah! So that's
I'm gonna look down at me Willie and be like, oh boy.
that's 16 to hit.
16 to hit. Okay. All right, you got him.
Hoping for a 1 there.
Oh, God.
All right, go and roll for damage.
8 damage.
Okay. All right. So as Moth had visions of circumcision in his head, this sword just flies straight between his legs, impaling like a whole collection of rats that are starting to make their way up. They're just reaching for the hairy sack, and then boom, sword hits them. They scatter. There's still some swarm there at his feet, but you did take out quite a few of them.
Let's say that it was like a clean shave.
Well, you made a rat kebab while I'm trying to make rat wine.
Ah!
All right, and so you stood up. You
That's
did that.
all
That
we
is your
have to
turn. The second rat swarm is hitting again. They're going after you, Moth. And that's a 2 to hit. They did not get you, but they're trying to. What rats are left are really trying their hardest to get to your junk. And Cask, you are up.
That's right. He's still naked, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Just hanging shaft.
Well, and it's smelly.
Why am I smelly?
Dude, have you ever... Okay. Time out. Have you ever wear leather trunks or pants or anything?
I
Have
wash
you?
Like in real life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wash my leather johns.
Powder
In
is
blood.
not really smelly.
Oh,
So
well,
I don't think that half orc had access to.
So you're
Out
speaking
there.
from experience.
Cornstarch. Cornstarch at the
Yeah.
time would
That's
exist.
fine.
That's what I'm so adamant
kind of-
about it. It's
what
Maybe
really
kind
some
of
smelly.
underwear?
cake flour.
Josh,
baking flour.
What kind of underwear you be wearing over there?
That was past.
Barney, you're up. What do you got?
Back in the day
I
when I was
cast
a party
Feated
girl.
Cloud.
What was
I
that?
don't have that.
Call it.
Not-
Okay.
I said I cast Feated Cloud, but I don't.
Got it.
I don't have that spell. I will just cast Vicious Mockery at the remaining rats
All right.
and say something scathing like, Um, oh man. Oh, the reservoir is low today.
You're gonna regret this.
Yeah, something lame like you're gonna regret this.
All right. Let's.
Hopefully that doesn't reflect in the die roll.
All right, I got a 10. Marty took 14, right? Yeah, so go ahead and roll for damage.
All right, that's gonna be 2.
two whole points. All right. Yeah. So Moth and everyone else who's in the room, you are seeing these rats. There, you can actually count them on one hand now. And as you do, you see 2 rats just kind of shrivel and they're dead. You still got 3 rats that are going after you, Moth.
Ah, damn it!
Coming up, we have Moth. You're up.
I'm still kind of stomping down. All right, well, only 3 of you little buggers left. I'm going to give you some extra loving, and I'm going to jump up in the air, and I'm going to tuck my knees into my chest. I'm going to try to come down with my ass cheeks right on top of these 3 rats and squish them into jelly.
I'm telling you right now, if you roll a 1, one of them is going inside of you.
Well, it's an automatic 1, though, isn't it? Because it's unarmed strike.
No, you're talking about the
If you're
roll.
pregnant.
I'm gonna be-
For the damage. Okay, yeah.
I'm going to be Peter Lynch.
All right, roll for your attack.
Jimmy Winks, the adventures.
The greatest adventure is what lies
Put
ahead.
the gerbil at the end of the tube. Burrow harder, burrow faster. Be my little chimney sweeper. One thing I forgot about.
No.
How
If he goes in,
I'm supposed to get you out.
no. If he goes in, it has to be like
15.
some.
I rolled a 15.
15, all
Sorry
right.
for anybody.
Anyway, you must find yourself to the.
Sorry, did I hit?
You did. Yeah, you did. So is
I
that
mean,
an automatic
lower-
4 for you, or what do you got?
Yeah, it's just 4 damage.
All right. So as you launch yourself up in the air, these little rats are looking up at you, and then this big shadow of this enormous half-orc ass just coming down on them, and they just all have this like look as they look at each other, and then they are no more.
Rat row.
Rot-row. Death by ass.
You never thought you'd see that, indeed.
And you guys are out of initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, all of them.
I'm gonna go over to the Niro looking guy, pull out the dagger and cast Cure Wounds on him. Because we don't know what the hell that was about.
Yeah,
Survival.
I'm gonna go to Trewally and say, "Oi, Trewally, how the fuck is that back there? Why didn't you say anything about him?"
Okay, so Josh, you're casting your spell. Right now, you don't notice any movement. You don't notice any change, and you don't notice any change in Niro.
It was only 4 hit points, by the way, if anything.
Let me fake like I'm writing.
I honestly don't know what you people are doing here. First you come in, you say don't worry. Next thing you know, you kill my good friend. Rats are attacking. Someone get this fucking collar off of me!
Oh, I
I'm
thought
gonna take my short sword and put it up next to Tremwally's collar and say, "I think you need to just calm down just a bit. I believe we saved you, and sure, maybe our little female friend may have thrown a knife into your friend, which I do apologize for. That was really out of character. I'm not really sure what she was doing there, but she's a little screwed up right there in the brain there. But aren't we all?" And I'm gonna kind of lean in a little bit more and be like, "I'd be careful if I were you."
and make his hair like kind of poof.
Boot, roll for intimidation for me, please.
While he's rolling for intimidation, I'm going to run over and I'm going to grab the giant rat that's headless on the ground. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to toss it at Kellen. I asked you to bug this, Kellen. And I'm going to toss it at him.
All right.
Let's see.
What did you get, Boot?
Moth, you
Roll
keep
the
giving me
15,
jobs,
whatever
but
my
I
modifier
don't
is.
know what you're
Plus
talking about. I don't do that.
Oh,
I
just a
don't
flat 16.
bag rat.
16.
Pretty decent.
All right. So, as you finish your statement, Boot, he just kind of puts his hands up. He's like, no harm. I mean, we're all excited. We've all been through a lot. Can you please take my collar off?
I think that's the job for the big one, ain't it? I did it!
Are you talking about me? You want me to rip that off?
Yeah, why don't you house your trousers, Snake, and then get over here.
All right, I'm gonna bend over and while I'm bending over, I'm gonna look over my back and look over at Kellen. You keep your eyes to yourself this time, and I'm gonna pull up my trousers and I'm gonna kind of wipe the blood that's on my ass from the rats. I'm gonna kind of look at it in my hand and be like, "That just don't look like normal blood to me." But like I said, blood of the enemy gives you powers. And then I'm gonna walk over to the collar. Oh, see, this is a very tricky one. It seems like this might need. All right. Well, you know what? This is definitely a puzzle to me. So I'm gonna put my hands in between his the neck where the collar is. I'm just gonna try to pull it apart as hard as I can.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. So, yeah, as you're doing that, you see that he's.
Before you start killing him with choking him, can you try the stone key?
No, he's already yanking.
I'm already doing it.
Yeah, so he's yanking it. Trimwali is starting to turn a little bit blue, but he's like, "Just unfasten it."
Oh, it has a buckle. Didn't see that. That's a good one. And I'm gonna kind of as I start going, but my bad. And I'm gonna pat him on the back really hard and rub his head. My bad. And I'm just gonna kind of start unfastening.
Okay.
Oh, this was a sex dungeon.
So Asmoth is kind of taking off all of this S&M gear off of Trimwiley. Trimwiley's letting you guys know. I normally it's so hard for me to show appreciation. It's always do this, and I do apologize. Looking right at you, Boot. I did not mean to offend, and someone had questions, but do you mind if we go somewhere where there's not dead rats and a dead friend?
I know of this.
Yes,
It is called the Choking Goat. It is where you can go to have a fine drink.
I know the Choking Goat, yes, but I really think I want to stay here. So, Moth, as you're undoing, sorry, go ahead. As you're undoing him, he's kind of he's anticipating. He's can't wait to get out of these restraints, and he's moving. So he's going to be moving out of this room. Oh, we lost Carla. I didn't realize.
Yeah, she's been listening though.
Okay. And he's kind of rummaging through his crates. He's looking for clothing, looking for something. As he's talking, he's putting on trousers, putting on a shirt, kind of cleaning himself off a bit. So tell me, what is it I can help you with?
Wait, is Moth also putting back his clothes?
Moth's already dressed.
I didn't hear that.
I'm dressed. No, I'm dressed.
Okay.
So we're all walked into the main room, I take it then?
That's where he was headed to. Yeah, whether you guys followed him or not, that's where he's heading.
Not the blood and guts main room, but the
the office with the fireplace and the table, with the area where you guys got the books.
That's
where the woman is just with an arrow in her head.
That's where we are right now.
That's where he's going. Whether you follow him or not, that'll be up to you.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk over. I'm going to grab the rat I tossed at Cullen. I asked you to bag it. It's going to spoil. And then I'm going to kind of walk into the room with Trimwile. I'm going to go to the fireplace that's roaring. I'm going to put the rat, hang it by its tail over the fireplace and start twirling it and cook it over while I'm just kind of looking at Trimwile with these crazy eyes and blood face. Makes a good meal.
Some ass rat blood.
Yeah.
Before
I think that is more what you can do for us, Trawali, because we just save your ass.
Before we all kind of leave, I want to definitely stop Bree before maybe have to like a little one-on-one unless anybody else is still here. Anybody else still in the room, or is it just me and Bree?
I'm roasting.
With all the
I'm
dead
roasting.
people?
I'm roasting rat right now.
I'm still trying to. I guess I was trying to resuscitate or cure
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
body.
So
So
you
is there
did
no life?
Yeah, Kellen, you've tried your spell. The person is no more. He's gone.
Can I guess that he was unconscious before the dagger?
You can guess whatever makes you sleep better at night, but he right now is dead.
Okay.
How's our friend over there doing, Kellen?
About as well as the rats.
Okay. What the fuck was that, Bree?
What?
You killed a man.
He was dead already.
Was he, Kellen?
Honestly, I think that he was dead.
Well, if he was dead, why were you throwing a dagger at him?
Have you ever seen a skeleton or a zombie?
I mean, I guess there was moaning going on.
Have you? It came out of its body.
No, it came out of the bodies around here.
Hey, I was trying to protect you guys, and I was trying to protect myself.
There was a rat pile right next to you. We could have
I don't trust this
out of the man.
Actually, I think we should get out of this room. Maybe close the door because she could be right. There could be rats crawling inside this body as well. I have no idea.
I didn't crawl by rats.
I'm fine to leave this room and I'll rearview Mia. But Bree, I'll look at her. Can I get close? You're a sick fuck.
All right, who's in this room still?
I think it's the three of us.
Just three.
But I'm also kind of gonna mutter under my breath. It's like, I just saw Moth sit on a bunch of rats with his bare ass.
And I get judged.
It's not unlike this group to do some weird fucking
like
shit.
some you know.
As I'm quickly learning.
They're all old men, and you dodged the girl.
Can I have a moment? Can I have a moment with Cass? You're with me, right?
Sorry, did Moth commit murder?
Can I have a moment with Cask while you guys are kind of starting to exit that room?
Yeah. All right. So as you three are in the room talking about Bree's bad life choices,
I'm following
we're shifting gears.
The guy, Trimwally, and I guess Moth and Toe.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So we have Moth, Cask, and Trimwiley in the main room.
So I'm while I'm roasting the rat. Do you like mice, Cask? Or is that just like a stereotype of your people, your type of people?
My people.
Well, I mean, cats and mice. Just curious.
Yeah.
I've never actually had the opportunity to meet someone of your stature, and yeah, I've always wondered. I've seen enough wildcats chasing mice. Is that kind of something that you're interested in? Always been curious.
I will tell you what. I will show you the dish. You are cooking it wrong. I see it on your axe over the fire. That is not the way to tenderize the meat. I will do this the way it is done traditionally.
Wait, do your people have a special recipe for giant rat?
Giant rat, indeed.
Oh, by all means, please take over. I would love to see it.
All right. Okay.
I'm just gonna hand him my axe with the and I'm gonna look at him with these wide eyes and be like, "I am so excited."
I am going to kind of unsteadily hold it over the fire. What is the fire? What are we cooking this on?
Yeah, it's over a fire.
Yeah, it's just over the fire from the fireplace.
There is a fire? Okay. I will hold it there for an amount of time. and then once I think it looks ready, I will take it out. And while I'm taking it out, I will say, Nula, please make this delicious. In Tabaxi, and cast prestidigitation to make it taste absolutely like it's been seasoned with foreign spices, amazingly gourmet, cooked to perfection. whereas probably it is raw in the center. And I say to Moth, "This is it. It is perfectly done."
Oh, I can't wait. Do you want a piece?
Oh yes, you can cut it with your axe.
It's
I'm
perfect.
going to kind of peel the rat off the top of the axe and put it down on the table where the books are. I'm going to look over at Trimwell. Are you hungry?
No. So,
All right. Well, don't mind if I do. I'm going to skin the top of the rat off. I'm going to hand it over to Cask. You cook. You get to eat first.
I'll take a huge bite out of it. Yes.
Oh, and I'm going to pick it up by the tail. I'm going to hang it over my mouth and be like, "Oh, it's going to be good."
Diarrhea.
deep throated.
Yeah, you
You
don't know
guys
that.
kind of see it get stuck in my throat and be like, and it's going to go down.
Oh, Jesus.
That tasted like,
Good thing that we don't have a following.
that
Because that would be a gift
that
forever.
tasted like,
Forever.
that tasted like foreign spices that I've never quite tasted before.
Oh,
That was that good.
Scrabble.
Oh my. Wow, Trimwell, you're really missing out. You should really lighten up.
Molly, you should have had a piece.
You should really lighten up a little bit.
So, are the rest of you guys joining them, or are y'all staying in that other room?
I just
I'm
want to
not
get
partaking in his rat butt jelly.
Yeah. Is there anything else in the room over here?
Yeah. So there's a chest over by Nero's body, and there's a table has some like mugs on it, some bottles of ale, wine, and then there's a menu on the table for the Midnight Inn.
This is a really weird place.
And, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna grab a nail. I'm gonna fold the menu for the Midnight Inn and put it on my person, and I'm gonna say, "And what was that about throwing food near me? Well, you could have thrown that in any direction, and you threw it for me." And I'm gonna go while I'm drinking the ale, open up the chest. Also,
The chest.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Inside, you see 25
Wait,
gold pieces.
I thought you could take it.
You find 25 gold pieces, and you find 3 bottles of minor healing potion.
Yay, I'm rich.
All right, and I'm gonna say, you know what? Against my better judgment, I'm gonna give you these, and I'm gonna toss 2 healing potions towards her. Toss a minor healing potion and say, "Oh, here's one for you," to Kellen, and I'm gonna try to pocket the gold pieces.
No, I'm not ready.
Roll sleight of hand for me.
Yeah.
Are we doing based off of my perception?
Whoever's looking at him, yeah.
Dirty 20.
Oh, I don't think I'll beat
Don't
that.
forget, I'm also tossing you a healing potion, so how magnanimous.
I missed it completely.
Okay, all right. Boot, you picked up the menu, right? You've had it in your hand?
Yeah, I kind of folded that and put it in.
Okay. You noticed that there was some writing on the menu, just some scrawling on it. If you want to check it out now or later, it's up to you. But there is writing.
Check that just a bit. I'm just kind of in the process of trying to enrich myself.
I'm gonna go over the bottle of wine that I see over there. I'm gonna crack the top off so the glass falls to the ground. I'm gonna walk over to Cask and be like, "That was the best damn rat I've ever eaten in my whole life, and I would be honored if I can share a glass of this fine rosé with you."
Oh, what we have for cups?
No cups. We just gotta drink out the bottle.
Ah, yes, indeed.
All right.
All right.
I would like to try to sleight of hand to pour it out the side without him noticing.
Okay.
Against my perception, I guess, right?
Go ahead and roll, Brian.
That is going to be a 17.
Yeah, you literally are flawless. I didn't see it.
All right. So as you guys are in there eating the rat, you're partaking in drink or pretending to partake. Trewiley is his demeanor's changed a bit. He's a little bit more serious. He's kind of poured a bottle or a bowl of water, and he's kind of washing himself off, slicking his hair back, kind of taking some deep breaths, and he's sitting down at his desk. And he's noticing that there's things missing in his room. But he just kind of leans back, crosses his legs. And who's in this room with Trimwiley right now?
I think we all are now.
I think it's
our
just,
way back.
we're making our way over, but I think it was Kaskin.
Got it.
Moth.
All right. So I assume I have you to thank for the two corpses here, and also I'm assuming I have you to thank for my missing belongings as well. Is that correct?
I said that while I drink one of the potions, I said, I need another one. I'm so weak.
I did give you 2.
I
Wait,
can't.
wait. You don't
I
need more than one.
I'm so weak.
I'm so weak.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, we have your belongings. They are with us at our camp. So if you would be so kind as to join us,
I need
maybe we
another
could
potion.
escort you there.
Or maybe some gold so I can buy some potions.
I do appreciate you coming to save me. I do. And I'm not leaving this. I'm not leaving. You will have to kill me for me to leave. The belongings you took, feel free to take. But please do me a favor if you're going to take them. I'll tell you everything you want to know. As long as whoever sent you, you tell them that when you found me dead. But the favor I need is for you to pass on to my love, Trilina, at the Midnight Inn, that she needs to leave Stonewall immediately.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is that your sister?
My sister. No, Trilina is the love of my life.
Why are you both trees?
Is there anyone else who wants to speak?
So I'm gonna ask
I-
you something, Trelawney.
What's that?
What? Okay, so where are you going, and how much you will pay us to take Trelina to you?
I have many things to do before I can leave here. I've run across many things.
So you don't want Trelina to follow you?
No, not in the state I'm in right now, no. I'll meet her. I mean, if you can pass on a message, little one, and let her know that when she leaves Stonewall, if she heads to Red Star and meets me at Sunset Bridge, only death would keep me from it.
When?
She should leave.
And she's gonna leave everything that she has and just walk to this red town and wait for you?
It is
Red Star.
almost like a story. I should write a song about this.
Yeah, she's gonna leave and wait forever until he comes, and he never does because he dies because he's a naked coward or something.
I have heard a few
And that's
stories
not
like
how
that.
my song will go, no.
So, Trey Wiley just kind of slams his hand on the table. He's like, look, I don't understand those who have never loved before to understand what true love is. But if Trilina does not leave here, she will die. Whoever is in this town is going to die.
Wait,
Pass that
why
on.
am I going to die?
If you're in this town, you will die.
Okay, I'll go quick.
Very, very nice. Great theatrics. We're all very impressed by your love story. Truly, it is pulling at our heartstrings.
All of
I
that.
hide it here.
Business to discuss, don't we, Trelawney?
Yeah.
What's your game, bruv?
My
Touch.
name
Go
is,
on about it.
my name is Trey Wiley.
Wiley. Exactly. What's your game? We've got maps here. We've got secret fortresses being carved out. We got all sorts of things, magic books.
Infernal.
The
What's your
people, who
game?
sent you, the people who sent you, they did not tell you who I was.
People exploded, and
Well,
Well,
you're the ambassador, right?
yes, and I can take credit for the exploding beast. Sorry. And honestly, I can take credit for the bodies that the rats found homes in. It started again with King Danel taking over.
So they were dead, right?
Well, they're dead now. The one who exploded was dead.
Yeah, who was that, by the way?
I'm a little bit confused.
You're
I
no.
would like to
Let me-
everybody, real quick. Let's let him talk before I kind of get a little angry with him because he's talking about killing people, and I want to know what was his reason. And if I forget who said it earlier,
Without reason?
it might have been Boot, but I want to know the what and why and how and when of the situation.
Did you hear some blood in your face still?
It's the spirit of me enemies that give me strength.
Mm.
All right, let's suspend belief for a minute that the echo will understand what I'm trying to say here, and keep an open mind. Echo. King Danel. I uncovered quite a few things in my time in Burning Beacon, and one of those was that King Danel is a plague upon this land. There is an imminent war coming. The beacon is going to attack, and they're starting with Stonewall. They're enlisting all sorts of beasts. I've stopped by the Twisted Runes in every city that I can come across, and I see the same thing. I see the same thing. The beast collected, the Thrycreen. They're deep in their mountain right now. What are they doing? They are at the bidding of King Danel. The exploded beast I killed, he was dead. He was dead. The only thing that would have exploded him was the curse that I set upon the mantle. The only thing it would have affected was the undead.
So he was dead already when you kill him?
When he exploded, yes.
The one that we saw when we first opened the door.
In the
To
cottage, yes.
discover if the remains of that poor forsaken loot.
I thought that they were Echo. I don't know what they were, but they were undead mixed with what looked like human. They made their way in. They attacked me, chained me to the wall. It's not a secret that I was a historian in Beacon and had a fascination with King Baron. I'd been studying the legend of the Black Obelisk that King Baron was rumored to have buried throughout prosperity.
So what I'd like to know is, at some point, people broke into your home. You got chained up, and there's people here with infernal tattoos on their bodies. So what the hell's going on?
Some have called me mad, and that's why I left the Beacon. You can only be told so many times that the conspiracies aren't true before you must retreat.
Yeah.
I have uncovered that the Thrycreen, that the Knolls, they are on the side of King Danel. I have uncovered that there are necromancers that are on the side of King Danel. King Danel is building a force, and there is no one in the north who can stop him.
I guess my question is, if he's our king, we just follow suit and do the right thing and kind of just continue to be, Echo soldiers. It won't make no difference to us then, huh?
I wanna lean over to Moth and say, "You just do everything everyone tells you, then, huh? If a king goes on and says, that you're supposed to stand in line and keep your back straight and make sure not to slouch, then you're going to be listening to that, then, huh?
Well, maybe if somebody tells you not to slouch, they have your best, being in the perspective of they want to make sure that you're okay and you don't get a hunchback.
Does this half-orc represent you all?
Terwali, how long you been in
He
this?
barely represents himself.
Absolutely not.
Terwali,
Yes.
Terwali,
Yes.
how long
True.
you been in there? Trapped.
Weeks. I lost track just shortly. Within the last, I would say, day, 2 days, they brought Niro in. Poor fellow was looking after the windmill, and they must have grabbed him, put him in there, started torturing him in front of me until he passed out.
You seem so relevant to everything that has happened. I don't understand. So, bottom line, I just need to know if you know anything about the children.
The children, have you heard anything I've said? The children, if the children are smart, they would have left long ago. If anybody in this town was smart, they would have left long ago. Why anyone is watching...
That's not my question.
I don't know. If you're asking about children, I don't.
Oh, the orphanage, and the guild. That's what I'm asking about. And if you're so connected, you will know. And if you don't know anything, everything that you're saying is bullshit. And you have no use for us right now. So you better tell us, or I swear to God, I will kill you right now.
I'm gonna look over. I'm gonna look over.
We're not trying to just throw daggers and just everybody.
I will. I kill a dead body. I will kill him again. I will kill this guy too.
I'm gonna look at Casker right now and be like, man, she's a feisty one. I'm gonna sit back with my back up against the wall and be like, you want to talk to her, or do you want me to talk to her?
Bree, roll for intimidation, please. It's a 1.
What are you doing?
No, it's a natural 20.
Okay, all right.
Halflings can't roll natural ones.
No, natural 20. I can show you right now.
Okay. No,
Baby, come. Baby, come.
I don't need to.
All right, so
I can see it from here.
He's staring straight at you, Bree. He hears the half-orc talking. He hears chatter from both sides of him, but his eyes are on you. And you see a little bit of humanity in his eyes. You see some tears start to well up a bit. The children are gone. They've also left too. If you're looking for whys, I don't know. If you're looking for hows, ask the Thieves Guild. And the Thieves Guild will back up my story. Their ears are to the underground as well. They're gone.
They're gone like they're dead, or they're gone somewhere else?
They're no longer in Stonewall.
So, do you need a passage?
Do I need what?
A passage. Do you need us to escort you or something?
Before we start dealing up any favors we're going to be doing for Mr. Terwali, I think he can explain some of what's going on over here on this map that he's laid out on his desk. So I want to kind of take my dagger out, stab it in the middle of the map.
All right.
Explain these landmarks and what's significant about them.
Yeah, El Shagan, to be specific, the Twisted Ruin Temple, and then the Thrycrane Sanctuary were all circled on the map, and then there was, what was the other thing that was on there? What a second boot on this one. What are you doing?
All right. So as he kind of wanders over to closer to the map, he's still looking at you, Bree, really not taking his eyes off of you at this point, because you are terror incarnate. And he points a finger. Before I start, I don't know. It seems as though you're not taking me serious, and if you were, you would already be gone. After I tell you this story, after you go find Trelina, the love of my life, back up my story. Back up my story. Go to the brave Bastari. There's a friend of mine, Zara Siher. He can back up everything I said. He has taken me from all these places. He has been my guide. He has seen with his eyes what I have seen with mine. And he points at Al-Shagun. Al-Shagun, he was a rival of King Baron in the early days. History books don't tell his story, but he was a good man. He was a healer. He was more of a naturalist than Baron. I am a fan of Baron, but I am more of a fan of Al-Shagun. There is a collective of wizards right now that are trying to uncover a pathway into the ruins of Al-Shagun. Something that will help us fight in this oncoming war. That is what Al-Shagun is. And he points over at the Temple of the Twisted Rune. That, and then he kind of lifts his arm up, and there's blood on top of the shirt that he put on. That is where I got this. That is why I must stay here. That's why I cannot leave.
Is that a different kind of bite that might do something weird to you?
There's a reason they had me chained up.
Well, that's quite good to know. Do you want me to put you out your misery then?
He looks at you, and then he looks back at the map. The Thrycreen. We've sent emissary after emissary to the Thrycreen. None of them have returned. I believe that they have teamed with King Denel. I believe that they will be leading the attack on Stonewall. And again, back up my story. Talk to Zadasi here. Go to these temples. Go to Al-Shagun. See for yourself.
Trawali, is this recent?
Motorcycle. Car. Is it written?
Recent.
Recent, yes. Within the last year, 2 years, this has been happening. Underground, while people sleep, while you train to take over lands that don't belong to you.
Do they this to you?
I was at the temple. Gosh.
My question is this. So do they this to you? Or is this something that you have before?
The bite?
Yeah.
The mark, the curse? No, it's something I'm living with now.
Got to ask you a quick question. When you head over to your red star and go to Kissing Bridge or whatever the hell the name was, I forget. When you had something Sunshine Bridge, I forget. When you go there on your journey there, is it the potential that you could hurt other people?
I wouldn't leave if I felt I could hurt others. If I have to die down here, I'll die down here. But I'm not leaving.
All right, I'll go find your enough. I get it. I'll go find your Trelina. We'll go let her know to meet you there. She's gonna wait there till she's probably old and gray, and I wish you the best. And we'll go validate your story, I guess, and go from there. Does anybody else have any ifs, ands, or buts?
Doggy.
I mean, the cat can actually write a beautiful ballad about this story. Right?
I would like to start leaving.
I've got one question for you. One last question. I've got this book. I'm not sure if it's actually on me, but I want to grab out that clasped book. And if it's not on me, I want to grab it from whoever's holding it.
Okay.
What can you tell me about this? I think so. Not sure.
The one that I have?
Is that the one that you have? I know that it was sitting on the desk, and I'm not sure who took it, but
Okay, if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna slowly reach out into your pockets.
you don't know I have anything.
I do.
All right.
All
So
right.
while that's happening, Cask, you were walking away, but before you walk away, Troy Wiley is kind of grabbing a hold of your shirt, and he's embracing you to as much as he can, and lowering your head down toward his mouth. And he whispers in your ear, "Zara says hello," and then he lets you go. He said, "Did you hear it?"
A funny joke.
All right. And then did you want to do roll for sleight of hand, Bree? What did you want to do?
So whenever the other rogue is trying to grab my book, I will try to.
If it's not on me, I want to ask for it.
No, I have it on me.
Well, I figured, so I want to be like, Bree, can you present your book? Because I'm not going to just sneak it out of somebody if I didn't have it on me in person. So I think we should ask him some questions about it, don't you? Seem pretty important.
Okay. I'm gonna give the book and I will try to grab a bag.
Well, steal from you anyways.
Mm-hmm. And that's not good. That's a total of 11.
Okay. Who are you trying to steal from? Boot?
Yeah.
Okay. Boot, roll for perception just to see if you saw that.
20.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, as you like dun 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 reach in to cut you
Just
no. The Book of the Inferno. You should leave that here. This is not something to be played with. This is exactly what these people came here for. This is exactly what the undead came here for. To unlock the secrets within.
Well, you're not a man that goes back on your word, are you? You said the things you took, you can keep, and that is one of the things that we took, so we are going to keep.
If it's something you want to play with, then by all means take it. I'm just warning you against the dangers of it.
What dangers are kept within this lock, in this book?
He points at the cottage. Do you remember the exploding bodies? He points to the cavern. Do you remember the shrapnel-filled bodies? Do you need to ask any more dangers? These
Was
are
it
the
cracked
dangers.
open the book, or that gave them the power to use that power upon people? Then
did you read
That's
from this
just a
book?
taste. That's just a taste of the influence of the book. That's what the influence is without even reading the book.
Just in my head right now, I'm getting the mummy. You mustn't read from the book.
I'm gonna just like jump at the book, just like because I'm short and tiny, but I'm gonna jump at the book very obviously. It's fine, and just like try to grab it and pull it down and be like, I'll hold on to it.
What?
And just like kind of like that.
I feel like I don't mind if he blows up. I'll let it go.
And then funny if you're just holding it up and like
just he's hanging off of
All right.
Should I roll to see if I actually caught it?
you're
That's okay.
I caught
All right. If you're going to join your friend, be aware that the spells will be put back on the fireplace. Don't bring any undead with you. That's all I can say.
Okay.
I'm gonna smack him on the back. And be like, well, we left you some rat. There's a little bit left, so that way you have something to eat while you quarantine yourself in here for whatever your weird affliction is. I'm gonna head out and I'm gonna start walking. Be like, and first I'm gonna run into the other room and grab some other of the rats that were on the ground that are dead and start stuffing them into a bag. Be like, all right, I'm out of here. Good seeing you. Nice meeting you, Tree Law, Wally, whatever. We'll go find Tree Lena. See ya.
I could use a beer and a lie down.
Okay.
And I'll just stroll out with the book in my hand.
All right. Is anybody left in the underground, in the catacombs? Okay. All right. So as you guys make your way back toward Cask, you've already made your way back into the cottage, I'm guessing, right? Okay. All right. So as you guys are making your way back, as the last of you go, you just see Trim Wiley following along, and then starting to do his little chicken jive dance, and the stones are closing back around the fireplace. If anyone's looking back, you do just see that he's kind of staring at you guys as you walk away. Look,
I do want to kind of lean towards Moth and be like, oh, Captain's probably okay that we left him in there, right?
What were we supposed to do? So as the stones are crunching back together, you're all in the cottage at this point. I'm assuming. You're hearing a commotion outside. You're hearing like chatter. You're hearing. You do see smoke on the side of the cottage, to the left of the cottage.
Was that me?
You can guess that was a fire from an explosion. Yeah.
That was from me.
Yeah. All right. So you guys are inside the cottage. What would you guys like to do?
It's a commotion?
There's a commotion outside. You hear a collection of voices.
Oh my god, this day is just never going to end. I would love to just wipe off the energy from those that I've slain. They're wearing down on my soul at this moment.
Stop rubbing blood on your face.
It helps.
Why?
That's what you're talking about. Is that's weighing you down.
Cass gets it. Why don't you? And you're very disrespectful to my people and their habits and what they believe in. Your friend over here, which I actually quite like and admire, she likes to just shoot before asking any questions. I at least wear them with pride and respect.
Hey, but I'm not gonna say that I'm a token for your culture, so whatever.
Oh, what? What the hell's going on out there? And do we want to take a look?
I think we should head back. We've caused quite a bit of a commotion on ourselves. I say we regroup, find out.
Maybe find an inn.
Mentioned the Midnight Inn. I think that might be a very nice place to have a nice lie down as well.
Speaking of, I want to take out the menu.
Okay.
And
some writing on it. While he's looking over there, is that chicken scratch on the menu?
You can't see it yet. This is me looking at it. Keep your eyes to yourself.
I've got really good eyes.
Yeah, Wally, do you want to go to the
Boot? What you see on the menu, written it looks like almost engraved in fire, almost, but it's a pretty writing. It says the time has almost come. Meet me in room 204, and there's like a pretty. Like almost like it would remind you of like a manticore head with wings behind it. So the time has almost come. Meet me in room 204. Are you guys leaving the cottage headed to Midnight Inn, or what are y'all doing?
Well, is there anybody outside the cottage?
You
that
can
we
guess
might peek out to see like who the fuck is talking?
I confidently stride out of the house.
Okay. So Cass, what you see when you step out of the house, you see that there is a commotion. There's a few people trying to put the fire out on the side of the cottage, where the cellar was blown apart by something. And the side of the wall had just caught flame, but it's not a huge fire. It's not life altering. The size of that fire should not be causing this size of commotion. As you kind of peer around the corner, you see that the commotion is actually coming from a little bit further down on a hill. The map I sent you guys earlier has a pretty good view of it, but there's a hill right south of the Blarney Snake Tavern, and what you can see is a sinkhole just collapsed down. Maybe about 10 feet down. Just the earth from this hill has just boom bottomed out, and you see a collection of people. You see a turtle, what you would guess maybe a druid, Maybe he's homeless, don't know. But he's kind of painted up. His shell is painted like a clown. He's got 2 bears with him. One's kind of older, one's kind of scarred up, but they're there. They have like a little ruffled collar. They look like entertainers. You see a collection of soldiers. They're not Echo soldiers. These are Stonewall specific military or guard. You see a child and a mother kind of just looking, and they're kind of looking, and the anxiety you can feel in the air from this pit, and that's what you see.
So I will lean into the cottage and say, sulfur and salt. It looks like we are not out of the thick and the thin of it yet.
Should I offer them some rat? Maybe it'll cool things off a little bit.
I do not think that will be sufficient to the circumstance this time, boss.
All right. Well, if that's the case, should we get ready to fight?
What? No. Let's just
I feel like
go.
we should jog on.
I don't know if we can fight a sinkhole, but there are people that need our help, and I will start running towards the sinkhole.
Yeah. What a fucking bleeding heart. He's got 9 lives and wants to spend 8 of them.
So, Cask, as you approach, you start hearing, "Oh my God, what has happened? I don't know. Never seen anything like this. Oh my God, again, the city's going to ruins." And just voices, just chatter, 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 chatter. As you approach, you see someone who looks really familiar, but you've never seen him before. He looks surprisingly like Jeffrey Rourke, standing with his arms folded, a whole collection of Stonewall guard surrounding him. He's looking down in the hole, and as you approach, he looks up at you, and then he kind of just looks back down at the sinkhole. But what you can see is that a lot of the townsfolk, more townsfolk than you've seen since you've been here, are gathered just looking and not really knowing what to do. But no one's hurt.
We should get out of here.
Are they still in the cottage?
No, I mean, we've all... Well, because you ran out, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, I exasperated ran after you. Are we fucking saving people? How much are we going to put our skin on the line?
No.
Okay. Have you guys joined Cask?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
All right,
So we
so there's a
see-
bunch of people. How many people are in the hole?
Nobody's in the hole. It looks like it just fell, and the people that are just surrounding it, kind of looking at it. It's looking at this this natural disaster or whatever it was that happened in the middle of their town.
I
there's
drop
nobody
to
here.
my knees and I say, "We are too late."
All right. So a child runs up to you, and he kind of just hugs your one of your arms. He's like,
Oh,
"Have you come to save us?"
of course.
Of course I have. Why not? Mom, our savior's here.
Just watch out now, and I push him like 5 feet away from the sinkhole, and I just like form a line. Nothing to see here.
So his mom comes and grabs him by the hand. He's like, Yinsel, come, leave the tabaxi alone. And she
Yes,
walks
get
away.
that thing out of my face.
That changed abruptly.
This guy that looks like Jeffrey Rourke is kind of like the captain, right? He looks like he's in charge around here.
Or
He looks like
Tabaxi.
he looks like he has
him,
tattoos.
but
Okay.
different,
Our-
right?
Or Tabaxi is a sociopath.
So,
Bree, are you there as well?
I'm following you.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to
so
say
Bree-
under my breath. I'm sorry, yeah.
Bree, you recognize the man with his arms crossed. You recognize him to be Benjamin Rourke, Jeffrey's brother, the mayor of Stonewall.
I will point out and say, "That's the mayor brother."
Okay.
The mayor's brother?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's the mayor. Ben Rourke is the mayor.
Okay.
he is the mayor.
So I want to kind of exasperate it under my
Jack,
breath, saying, I don't know why we're getting involved in this again. Walk up to him and say, "Boy, seems to be a problem with the foundation of the city. Then, or what's going on here? We're just travelers passing through and wondering why is the ground dropping out from underneath people."
Can I assume that I
it
was
will
the
be
cause
the
of
sky.
It will be the dead of
this?
us.
Was I the cause of this?
You don't know. You don't know.
I don't. But can I like make maybe an assumption that I may have actually caused it?
Yeah.
It's not a reaction you've ever seen from an explosion you've made.
But I might think that I may have caused it. So
I
I'm gonna go.
So, man.
You can assume whatever you like.
I'm gonna.
Just let me know, goddammit.
Deep inside of you, you
Why
know
bother acting?
it was on you. It's
So
on you.
I'm just gonna assume that it was me and just be like, "I'll meet you at the inn," and then just kind of creep off.
Dun, dun, dun. All right. Boot, were you talking to Ben Rourke or who were you talking to?
Yeah, Ben Rourke. I'm gonna go up and assumptively talk with him.
Okay. All right. So he's again just looking that he's like glances over at you, glances down at what you're wearing. Don't know what this was.
So there's been no occurrences of something like this, sinkholes and the like, previously.
Nothing of the sort. No.
No
What
one
are
was
you
hurt
doing?
right here.
No one was hurt. No one was hurt.
Oh well, what a relief then! I thought there was people that was getting hurt. I'm gonna turn around.
Would you have helped if there were?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. He just goes back to looking at the hole and kind of directing traffic, like, okay, have people step back. Have people step back. That kind of
Would
thing.
I have helped? What does he take me for? Of course I would have helped, maybe.
Fucking asshole.
Well, we got off Phil here.
I believe you would have helped.
And he's a mayor and he doesn't take care of the children.
Okay.
What are you on about with the children? What's your obsession with the kids here?
The orphans.
The orphanage.
We got
Okay.
2 orphans.
I'd like to suggest that
So I'm a local from here. I'm a local, and I grew up in a orphanage that is like a block from here. And
the one where all the kids are missing from.
I haven't stopped talking. I'm just saying that I grew up with these kids and they're gone. All of
Well, they
them.
probably grew up, right? Yeah, you grew up. Dad grew up. Everybody grew up.
No,
No.
it was an orphanage, and I turned to my half-orc friend because I think that he knows about orphanage. And I said, and they're gone.
I'll put my arm around your shoulder. It's okay, Bray. There. I'll pat your back. It all passed in time, like my late mom told me. You know, when a bird pluck your eye, you always got your other, unless that one get plucked too.
You have to watch on your right for those birds.
Sometimes they come from either direction, but it's good to carry a sense of...
What?
Anyways, Bray, you know what? You seem like you need a drink, so do I. You want to venture over to the, what's the name of this tavern? Midnight Owl or whatever the hell.
Midnight Inn.
Let's do the Midnight Inn.
Okay. Bree, are you leading him to the Midnight Inn? Is everybody heading that direction, or?
Yeah, if they want to go there, I will.
While we're walking, I want to
Where
whisper.
the fuck our little gnome friend go?
I want to whisper to Bree and be like, when we get there, can we go check out room 204?
What for?
Well, I don't know if you heard our man talking about the note he found on the he did kind of read it out loud, and I'm not as illiterate as he might think, but he said,
I was covered with rats, and I was
So
distracted.
the time has almost come. Meet at room 204. So
Okay.
I think it might be a good place to maybe check out when we get there.
Yeah.
All right. Cass, did you have something you wanted to say?
Yes, after their little conversation, I would like to place a concerned paw on Moth's shoulder and lean in and say, the birds, they come from the left as well?
Sometimes.
How will we have both the left and the right? Moth, this is a problem that we will need to fix.
You know what I was told from a youngin'? It was keep your
What?
head on a swivel.
So you will be the swivel? If you have, but you had my right, who will have my left? Will I have to get the left? Or
There's this weird also saying that my mom used to say. So when we had to fight these birds, we'd throw out our backs a lot. And you know what happened when you're living in the wilderness? You don't really have a lot of opportunity to get realigned. So we invented this thing in this little town called Cairo, and it's called a chiropract. And my mom always told me that she'll have my back like chiropract. Every time we throw it out, she'd fix it. So I got your back like chiropract.
Okay, I see. I will be your chiropract if you will chiropract me.
I will chiropract you to the ends of time.
Very good.
Oh my god! All right.
Wow.
So as you guys are
That was the most
having this,
effort for a I've ever seen.
wait for the punchline. Wait for it. So as
I
you
will-
guys
It
make
happened
your
already.
way through Stonewall, following the path that Bree's taking you on, you're passing the Choking Goat. You're passing Scruggs Market. You see a huge church. It looks like it's fairly one of the newer buildings in town or in the city center. It has the symbols of the twisted rune on it.
Not chiropractical.
No. Passing a wizard's tower, a lumber mill. Off to your right, you see the most obese goblin that you've ever seen in your life, like pounding on a piece of metal. You're passing by another goods store. You're passing by a graveyard. There's guards, but they're not like the city guards. They look like they're specific for this building, and they're kind of wrapped up almost in a different kind of garb. But they're standing at the graveyard entrance. They're standing at the front of the building. There's a lot of activity going on at the morgue. Right as you turn the corner from the morgue, you see the huge lookout point overhead, and you see the Midnight Inn right in front of you. Midnight Inn is this two-story tavern. It looks seedy. It looks like a wretched hive of scum and villainy. This place is the place to be if you are scum and or villainy. And that is where we're going to end tonight.
No!